The art of design. Design. It's the first thing people notice. It's the first spark of connection. The moment a shape, a line, or a curve captures the imagination. For Rivian, design isn't just about how a vehicle looks. It's about identity. It's about creating something that feels alive, something that instantly tells a story. When Rivian unveiled its first vehicle, the all-electric R1T pickup, in 2018, it didn't just show another truck. It introduced a vision, a blend of technology, adventure, and authenticity that would change how people saw electric vehicles. The R1T wasn't born in a boardroom. It was shaped in the wild, for people who crave exploration, who live for the outdoors. And from that moment, Rivian began building something rare, a brand that felt both rugged and refined, the face of a new brand. From the beginning, Rivian's designers knew they needed to stand out. In a world filled with trucks that looked nearly identical, they sought a design language that would make people stop and look twice. And they found it, in two vertical headlights connected by a clean, glowing light bar. It was simple. It was bold. It was unmistakable. Those headlights, almost cartoonish at first glance, gave Rivian its personality, a friendly face in a category known for aggression. When the R1T debuted at the 2018 LA Auto Show, it stole the spotlight. Its look was instantly recognizable, modern, adventurous, and fresh. Some people loved it. Others weren't sure what to make of it. But that was the point. Great design isn't about playing it safe. It's about taking a risk, and Rivian did exactly that, building an identity from scratch. Jeff Hammond, Rivian's chief design officer, always knew he wanted to design cars. After studying in Detroit and working at Chrysler, he found himself drawn to a new challenge, helping to build a company from the ground up. In 2017, he met Rivian founder and CEO RJ Scaringe. What drew him in wasn't just the company's mission to electrify transportation. It was the opportunity to design not just a car, but a brand. That kind of opportunity rarely happens. With Rivian, he and his team could define everything: the proportions, the feel, the emotion behind the product. They weren't just designing vehicles, they were shaping a lifestyle, one that blended adventure, capability, and sustainability. They also understood their audience. While Tesla had redefined the electric car, Rivian wanted to electrify something different. The segments Americans loved most: trucks and SUVs. The idea was simple but powerful: to make EVs that could go anywhere, do anything, and feel at home both in the city and on the trail. Function and form. The R1T's design wasn't just about aesthetics, it was deeply practical. Every shape, every panel served a purpose. Traditional trucks, as functional as they seem, often lack convenience for everyday use. So Rivian's team reimagined what a truck could be. They added a massive front trunk, made possible by the absence of an engine and a signature of electric design. They created a gear tunnel, a storage compartment that runs through the body, perfect for stowing gear, tools, or even an electric stove. And yes, that stove became one of the company's most talked about features: a built-in kitchen that slid out from the side of the truck, powered entirely by the vehicle's battery. It was a symbol of Rivian's spirit: creative, playful, and deeply functional. Even the small touches reflected this mindset. A flashlight hidden in the door, a removable Bluetooth speaker in the center console, little details that made the vehicle feel like a companion rather than a machine. Design language and character. Frank Stevenson, a veteran designer who worked on icons like the Mini Cooper and McLaren P1, once said that Rivian's trucks achieved something rare: coherence. Instead of a cabin bed that looked bolted together, the R1T flowed as one continuous form. It felt sculpted rather than assembled, with smooth surfacing and confident proportions. That cohesion carried into the R1S SUV, built on the same platform, sharing its front section but with a design uniquely its own. Together they established Rivian's design language: minimalist, functional, and warm. When people saw a Rivian, they knew it. And that's exactly what the team wanted: instant recognition. The story behind the headlights. The signature headlight design, those tall ovals that frame the front light bar, came from an unexpected place. During an early design session, one of Rivian's designers noticed a carabiner lying on a materials table, a small tool often used by hikers and climbers. That simple object inspired the sketch that would define the brand. The vertical shape of the carabiner became the outline of Rivian's headlights, symbolizing adventure and connection to the outdoors. It was a beautiful accident, one that turned into an icon. At first, not everyone understood it. Some thought it looked odd or cartoonish. Even Hamoud's father wasn't convinced until he saw it in person. But as Rivian's vehicles began to appear on roads and trails, those headlights became something more, a symbol of identity. Today you can spot them instantly, glowing like lanterns in the dark, expanding the family, R2 and R3. By 2024, Rivian was ready to grow. The R1T and R1S had established the brand. Now it was time to make it more accessible. Enter the R2 and R3, the second and third generations of Rivian's design evolution. The R2 is a mid-sized SUV that carries the same DNA as the R1S, but in a smaller, more affordable package. Priced around $45,000, it's designed to bring Rivian to a broader audience, without losing its soul. Every element of the R2 reflects the lessons learned from the R1. Where the first generation was about addition, adding features, adding capability, and the R2 was about refinement. What could be removed without losing essence? The result was a vehicle that felt cleaner, more aerodynamic, but still distinctly Rivian. Then came the R3, a bold move that surprised everyone. A compact, rally-inspired hatchback that looked ready to race across gravel or glide through city streets. It wasn't just smaller, it was sportier, more playful. It represented Rivian's ability to think beyond the expected, to explore new segments and new audiences. And of course, there's the R3X, a performance variant with lifted suspension, rugged tires, and bright orange accents, a nod to Rivian's adventurous core. Together, the R2 and R3 showed the world that Rivian wasn't just a one-truck brand. It was a design house capable of evolution, of adapting its character to new forms while staying true to its identity. Challenges and conviction. Rivian's journey hasn't been without challenges. Like many EV startups, it has faced rising costs, shifting demand, and changing government policies. But through it all, the company has stayed focused, breaking ground on a $5 billion factory in Georgia, designed to produce up to 400,000 vehicles a year. The R2 will debut first at Rivian's Illinois plant before production expands to Georgia. It's a bold step forward, one built on faith in the product and belief in the future of EVs. Because for Rivian, success isn't just about selling cars. It's about building something people love, something that speaks to their sense of adventure. Inside the design studio, inside Rivian's design lab in Irvine, California, every idea begins the same way, with a sketch. Dozens of them, hundreds sometimes, exploring every proportion, every line, every angle. From there, the team moves into 3D modeling, virtual reality, and finally full-scale clay. Clay remains an essential part of Rivian's process, a tangible human way to shape the soul of a car. They sculpt, refine, and resculpt until the surfaces flow just right, until the form feels alive. Only then does a design move toward production. Because for Rivian, every curve, every edge must earn its place. Colors, materials, and finishes. In another corner of the studio, Rivian's CMF team, colors, materials, and finishes, brings the vehicles to life through texture and tone. Unlike traditional automakers, they draw inspiration from the outdoors. Hiking gear, climbing ropes, weathered leather boots, camping fabric. They test endless combinations through mini mock-ups. Small magnetized interior samples that can be swapped instantly. Different woods, fabrics, metals, all designed to evoke warmth and tactility. Rivian's interiors strike a delicate balance, modern but human. Clean screens and minimal lines paired with real textures and intuitive controls. They avoided the cold sterility of some tech-heavy EVs, creating cabins that feel grounded and personal. Because most of the time, people don't see their cars, they live in them. And Rivian wanted that experience to feel inviting. The spirit of innovation. Innovation at Rivian isn't confined to the vehicles themselves. It extends to accessories, ideas that blend practicality and wonder. Take the Rivian Treehouse, a rooftop tent designed for the R2. It's a panoramic bubble with a wide plexiglass view of the sky, a privacy shade that doubles as a projector screen, and space for adventure, or a movie night under the stars. It's whimsical, smart, and deeply on-brand. This mindset and of exploring every detail defines Rivian's creative culture. It's what keeps the brand ahead, thinking about not just the next car but the ecosystem around it. A brand built on courage. Most automakers play it safe. They follow trends, blend in, and aim for mass appeal. Rivian took a different road. It took risks, with design, with features, with identity. And it worked. In a world where cars often look the same, Rivian dared to be different. And in doing so, it created something memorable. Every Rivian carries the same DNA, from the headlights to the adventure-ready details to the quiet confidence in its design. It's not just an electric vehicle. It's a symbol of a new way of thinking, where design and purpose move together, and where every journey feels like an exploration. Because in the end, Rivian's story is not just about what it builds, it's about what it inspires. A reminder that true design doesn't just turn heads, it touches hearts.
Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss the ride.